What's up YouTube, Maddenrq with an all about me video, but before I start I need to tell you guys a few things. Right now I'm sick. I had a fever earlier, but I'm feeling better again just like yesterday, so I felt like doing a video. So I apologize in advance if I cough, sneeze, or clear my throat in the middle of the video, but or sniffle, I guess, but it's bound to happen, so if you can't tolerate the sound of that, then I recommend just not watching the video. But I'll try my hardest not to. So, that's that. So, this is my all about me video. Start out with the basics. I have blue eyes, red hair, as you can see from the pictures of me. I was born in the state of Michigan. Actually the same city that Madonna grew up in. Don't want to really say the name of it because to be honest I'm not actually even sure. It's pretty sad, but not exactly sure. But I think it was Rochester Hills. But I grew up in Waterford, Michigan. That was my hometown until 2009 when I moved to Bridgeport, West Virginia, and that is where I reside currently. My favorite sports are, in order, would probably have to be baseball, hockey, football, and basketball. Grew up playing hockey, grew up playing baseball, played a little flag football every now and then. Played basketball in elementary school, but didn't do anything when it came to middle school. Let's see. These are my two baseball cards I played in 2000. I blacked out my name with Sharpie on the penny sleeve, so 2006 card. It's got all my stats and stuff. And then I got my 2007 card. Those were good days. I remember those. I was, not to be cocky or anything, but I was one of the best players on my team. I was a really athletic little kid. I made the all-star team. It was just really fun times playing baseball, man. Hockey, I wasn't as great. I'm still not that great, but I'm still going to play this year, hopefully. And so that's how it went there. But more about me instead of like the sports. I'll move on to some later stuff, but when I moved to West Virginia, my life kind of took a halt because it's hard to move when you're getting to be a teenager, you know, because you make so many new friends and you just kind of click with everybody, and then you have to leave them all in the dust to go to a new place where you don't know anything. It's completely different. I went from the flatlands of Michigan to the mountains of West Virginia, but you know, it took a while, but I think now I finally fit in. 2009, 2010, I didn't really fit in too well. 2009, I was literally addicted to video games, and so most of you, that probably sounds stupid, but I was literally addicted to video games. Like, I'd come home every day after school, go upstairs and play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 every single day for 7 hours straight and then go to bed. Like, I barely ate. I wasn't like anorexic, but I mean, I'd eat, but it would be like junk food while I'm playing and stuff. And if there was any spare time I could ever get, it would be playing video games. Like, I didn't watch sports, I didn't watch TV, I didn't do anything except video games. That's all I did. Secondly, that led to, in 2010, March of 2010, I missed a lot of school because I would skip to play video games. Not gonna lie, I said I was sick back then, but I actually would skip to play video games. And then it got to the point where my parents would take it all away when I got sick, and then I missed like 30 days in 7th grade, and my parents like called the police and stuff because they thought I was trying to be truant. So then I had to go to this like mental hospital, and it wasn't really like a mental hospital. It was just kind of like a therapy type thing, but you stayed overnight and you just kind of, there were other kids there that had problems, and it really changed my view on life, you know. Like, these kids were there that like were cutting themselves, and one of them had to have her stomach pumped, and she was like 16 and addicted to alcohol and all that sort of stuff, and just kind of really changed my life. Like, after that I went to school like that whole year, and 2008, or I mean 8th grade kind of was like that too, but not as bad. Um, but 8th grade, um, there was one incident where I almost hit my mom in the face. It was over like the stupidest argument. I remember I hadn't eaten like a good meal in like 2 days, and I was kind of like, you know how when you don't eat, you just kind of feel like you don't know what's going on. You feel like you need to eat something. Well, I was really craving like Wendy's that day or something, so I was like, Mom, can you please take me to Wendy's? And she said no, and for some reason I like blew up, and she went outside to like talk on the phone, and I like locked her out of the house or something, and it was just a really twisted situation. But then she like busted through the door, like she told me to unlock it, I unlocked it, and she like kicked the door, and it hit me in the face, and I fell into this bookshelf. And I remember like I couldn't feel my ankle, but I like she came up to me and she said something or something, and then I got up and I grabbed her shirt or something, and then I like thrusted my arm back like I was gonna punch her, but then I realized like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, you can't hit your mom. That's just like not cool. And like while I was like standing there like realizing what I've done, my dad comes up behind me and like grabs me and throws me on the couch and like tackles me on the couch. My dad is not a small guy. He's like 300 pounds of like pure dominance. So I wasn't leaving the couch, and I was so mad. I'm like, okay, I understand, I know what I did, let go, blah 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 blah. My mom's just like, I'm calling the police. I'm like, all right, that's okay. I really messed up this time. So they called the police, and I got put on probation for like 4 months or so, and it kind of sucked because like I couldn't go to any high school football games. I couldn't go anywhere past 6 p.m. without an adult, all that sort of stuff, and it was just, and we had to report like twice a month to some parole officer type thing or whatever it's called. I also got counseling. The counselor was actually pretty cool. We just sat there and talked about like video games all the time and crap. But you know, 2011 was probably my recovery year, I'd like to say. I got into sports cards and all that sort of stuff, and that's how I am today. I feel like sort of fit in more, and I feel more energized, and playing sports again, so that's all good, and feel better than ever. But now on to how I started collecting. I think it was either 2005 or 2006. The first time I actually got my hands on cards was 2004, because I remember I went to like a college football game. I think it was a Motor City Bowl with Central Michigan. My dad took me because he's alumni, and I bought this pack of cards that had like 2004 football cards, and I was looking through it and thought it was really cool. And then I started watching football more, and that's what got me into watching football. And then in 2005, it was like or 2006, I started watching football, and I looked at my cards, and I was like, I got a Topps Phillip Rivers football card that was a rookie, and I thought, oh my god, this has got to be worth like millions of dollars. A Phillip Rivers, he's like a superstar. Like I couldn't even believe it. Went online, it was like $2 card, but I could not believe it. I was like determined on this card that it was worth $1 million, but when I really started was 2006. Well, alright, now, I feel kind of stupid for this, but now I'm going back because me and my friend were like 7. We'd be walking around with our parents, and then one day we like saw this box of hockey cards, and we loved hockey growing up in Michigan. So we like took our parents to it, and we're like, can you buy us a box? They're like, sure, whatever. So we got ourselves like a binder and a box, and we were just like flipping through it, sorting out teams and stuff, and putting them into binders. And we'd always trade, and I'd like trade like 20 base cards. We didn't even know what they were. We just called them like cool cards and normal cards, base cards and inserts. And I'd trade like 20 base cards for one of his inserts and stuff like that. It was just really fun times being like 7 years old. But when it really picked up was 2006. I remember I was driving with my grandma. We were looking for a place to buy like sports memorabilia, I think it was, or something like that. And while we were going there, we look on the side of the road, and there's this place called the Draft Pick, and it says like sports cards and collectibles, and we're like, collectibles, okay, we'll go there. We go in, Turns out it's National Free Baseball Card Day. So it's National Free Baseball Card Day, so this guy gives me a pack of cards, and it came with like Derek Jeter, Albert Pujols, and at the time being like 10, you get a guy that's named Albert Pujols, and I found that so hysterical. I don't know why. I just like started cracking up in the middle of the store, and the guy's just looking at me like, okay. But obviously now we know it's not that funny. But so he gave me this free pack of baseball cards, and on the back it was like an Upper Deck thing, and it had a code, and it said go to upperdeckkids.com and redeem it, and you can get prizes. So I went there, and I typed it in, and it said you can get more cards, and you can win boxes of cards and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I can get free stuff. So then I'd spend like $50 on these boxes of, you know, like jumbo, or no, I'd buy like those jumbo rack packs of, Upper Deck baseball, and that's why I have tons of those sitting around the house right now. I'd get tons of those, and then I'd go online and redeem them and do all this fun stuff, and just really fun stuff. And then I became a legend on their forums. So I just talked about sports and stuff, and these guys were like, oh yeah, you're one of the cool kids here, so you can come to this one website we have started. It was called like Rebels Place, and it was like all these really cool legendary kids on this forum that would just go there and talk about random stuff. We were all like 13-year-old kids, like just chilling there, just talking about the stupidest stuff. Most popular thing to say was like, I'm making it rain, blah blah blah, and I don't even remember. It was kind of stupid, but we'd always like trade cards and stuff and blah blah blah. And this was 2006, and then I got into Topps because they had bubble gum, and I'd go and get Topps cards just to get the bubble gum, and I actually thought it tasted good back in the day. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'd always get those boxes they used to have of the opening day that had the blue foil instead of the silver foil, and it was like $20. You get 22 packs of cards, and I thought that was like the best deal ever, which now thinking about it, it actually was, because that's pretty freaking awesome. And I used to buy those and open them with my friends and blah blah blah, and all my friends were into it. And then they sort of grew out of it, and I kept going back to this draft pick place and buying stuff and buying stuff and buying stuff. And then one day I came in and it was like empty, and I'm like, alright, it's empty. Why is it like empty? And he goes, we're shutting down the store. And I'm like, oh, okay. This was like 2007, I think. And I was like, oh god, that's just horrible. Like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with my life now. But so I walk in, he's got stuff like on sale. He had this Jeremy Bonderman baseball, and it was like $50, but he marked it down to $35. And I only had $30 on me, and I really wanted this baseball because in 2007 Jeremy Bonderman was like the bomb. So I was like, I have $30, man. I wish I could get it from you. And I had no idea what like bargaining was back then, or bartering, or anything like that. So I thought that like it was like Walmart where there was a set price and you couldn't negotiate, and I was just like, oh fuck. And so I like went up to him. I'm like, man, I only have $30. Wish I could buy that Bonderman baseball. And he's like, you know what? Since you've been a good customer, I'm gonna let you have that baseball for $25, and then you can pick out a jersey card over here. And I was like, really? Sweet. So I bought the baseball, held on to it. Now it's worth about $5, and but I'll always remember that guy. His name was Dave, and he moved to Chicago, the store. But guess what, guys? I still have that Jeremy Bonderman baseball. Still sitting here. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. He's now in the minors. But this just reminds me of all the good times I had at that card shop, you know, like just chilling in there with him, playing it cool, all that sort of stuff. So still have that. Guys, we're already past 14 minutes, which I think is insane. I could talk about this stuff all day with you guys. Maybe I'll have a blog session and like talk to you guys more. But yeah, that's just sort of parts of my life towards the end of my life. You know, I'm really thankful that you guys are here to like talk to me and all this stuff. And if you watch this whole video, then pat yourself on the back, because I know that was probably my longest video of all time. And maybe you got some information you didn't know about me. I didn't I spent most of it talking about cards and stuff, but oh well, I hope you enjoyed anyway. So this is all about Maddenrq, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later, and I'm gonna go try to get better. I knew I'd cough. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.